Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope today is a good one for you. Today I will be mostly sipping my ginger tea and nursing a poorly belly and a poorly son because the joy of joy that is vomiting bugs has hit our home and is still here. So interested to know what you're up to today, but I wanted to talk to you about the year because pretty soon 2018 will be over and we will have a complete fresh slate to do what we want with. Now, I would like you today to start thinking about what 2018 has really meant to you. Have you lived the life that you want to be living? Have you done the things that you want to be doing? Have you dreamed those big dreams that you want to be dreaming? And if not, why not? Because often I speak to women who tell me that actually they feel trapped, totally and utterly trapped in the life, the job, the relationship, the career that they're living, and they don't know how to step forward. And my argument to them would be is we just take it a little step at a time. So today I wanted to talk to you about that feeling of being completely and utterly trapped. Now, I had a really good job in pharmaceuticals in the cardiology field. I was paid very nicely. I drove a beautiful brand new Mercedes and I had all the perks of a lovely corporate job that I could possibly want. But I remember being sat in a team meeting one day and these conversations were happening, these mindless conversations that were happening about things that really weren't making an impact on the world, really weren't making a difference to the world. And that was one of the main reasons for me originally getting into pharmaceuticals, was to make a difference. And for about 5 years, I would say I really made a difference, not only to the people that I was working with, but also to the patients on the other end. But then I started to become disillusioned. I didn't like the way that data was collated. I didn't like what I was seeing. But I remember sitting in several meetings, but this particular day was the worst, where this meeting was going on and the discussions were around essentially the same shit, but just a different day. And it wasn't led necessarily by my colleagues, who were absolutely fantastic, and many of them felt in exactly the same position as me, but it was something that had come down from head office. And I remember this little voice inside my head going, just get up and leave. Seriously, there's got to be more to life than this. Just get up and leave. What are you doing still sat here? And you know, when you're trying to stuff this voice down and you're trying to stuff these feelings down, and there are 100 million reasons why you should stay. You know, it helps to pay my mortgage. It, you know, gives me the things that I want in life. It puts a roof over my head and clothes on my back. And, you know, I suppose I am really making a difference. And then there was this one voice that became louder and louder and louder that was saying, there has to be more to life than this. We were not put on this planet to be in a situation where you feel trapped, you feel stifled, you feel like you just want to rip everything apart and run free. And that's how my job became for me. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was destined for something more. I just wasn't sure what at that time. And then obviously I set up my first business and I thought, this is it. And then I found myself back in that situation again. How is this even possible? I'm now running my own business on my own terms. It's hugely successful. I've got 35 members of staff. How am I still feeling that way? And then I discovered that actually I was driving the wrong vehicle for the difference that I wanted to make in this world. And I wonder how many of you are watching this at this moment in time and realizing that you're driving the wrong vehicle. You're not living the life that you should be. And I don't know whether any of you have read this, but A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. I was gifted this back in the summer. And as is often the case, you pick things up when you're meant to read them. And I picked it up in the summer, read a few pages, and then life just became busy. And I've recently picked it up, and I don't know whether you could see, I mean, literally through the whole of the book is pages turned. And if you're a book fiend and you're looking at this thinking, oh my God, that's sacrilege, I'm really sorry. I've also written in the book, you know, I've highlighted bits and made notes. But this is based on the Course of Miracles. And if you haven't discovered the Course of Miracles, I suggest you take a look. It's quite hard going. It's a free course that you can do on the internet. It's for 365 days of the year. And let's be honest, we're just coming up to the start of the year, so it's a good time to do it. Some of it might seem a little strange. And basically, the reason that A Course of Miracles came about was a woman felt that Jesus had spoken to her and he'd gifted her this information. Now, Marianne Williamson took the information that she'd learned on the Course of Miracles and actually put it into plain language that makes so much more sense. And so, yes, the reason that I bring this up is one of the things they've got in here is a whole section on being of service. And it touches on God throughout. So whether, you know, you believe in God, Buddha, Allah, or the universe, it doesn't really matter. You can use your own terminology to go through this. But it talks about the fact that she says there is no more powerful motivation than to feel we're being used in the creation of a world where love has healed all wounds. And for me, this is not about necessarily stepping forward to earn that money and put that roof over our heads, but it's really stepping forward to do the things that make our heart sing, live the life that really makes us live, you know, feel alive, that feels, you know, we can feel our energy rising, our vibration rising. So as we're coming to the end of another phenomenal year, and each year I feel totally blessed that I've had yet another year here, and this year has been, like I say, a phenomenal year. International best-selling author twice, spending more time in Barcelona, reducing my work hours down so that I can, you know, have time for me and my family and my clients and my business, just living the life that I want to be living. So I have 3 questions for you that I'd like you to ask yourself as we start to close down one year and step into 2019. And for those of you that have already started to feel it, you know what I'm about to say. And for those of you that haven't yet, trust me, it's coming. But 2019 is going to be an incredibly powerful year for really stepping into who you were put on this planet to be, and really feeling fully supported by those around you, those new communities that you're making, those new connections that you're making. So this is your year to really step forward, because you are destined for bigger things, and this is your year. So the 3 questions that I would ask you to ask yourself are: have you lived this year like it matters? So your first question that you need to write down is, have I lived this year like it really matters? Now, when you find yourself at the end of your days, what are you going to look back on and regret? And there are loads of books out there, and one of the biggest regrets is that people didn't live life to the fullest. Now, excuse me, that can look like totally different things for totally different people, but what is it that you want to be able to look back on your deathbed and go, yeah, I really did everything that I wanted to do. I stepped into what makes my heart sing, whether that is being a surfer on the, you know, Bondi Beach and doing that day in, day out, day in, day out. Yes, it might not fall into the norm, but if that truly makes your heart sing and you get to the end of your life and you look back and you go, God, I did the best waves. I just lived my life how I wanted to. That's what matters. The next question is, if yes, so if you said, yes, I lived this year like it mattered, what did you do and what should you do more of? So if your answer was yes to have I lived this year like it matters, what did you do and what should you do more of? And if your answer is no, what needs to change? And the reason that I've taken some time out there and say what needs to change is we can often get caught in this paradox and paradigm of thinking, well, nothing can change. You know, I have to pay a mortgage. I'm in a relationship that I hate. I don't have any money. Things can always change, and that change always starts with you. I cannot express, and I hope my husband isn't listening, how many thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds that I've spent on developing me. And anything that is going on in your life at this moment in time, the best place to start is with you. It's with looking at your lens of the world. It's about looking at how you're feeling, how you're showing up. Often we can look at the externals and go, well, you know, to be honest with you, that needs to change and that needs to change and that needs to change. Yes, it does. But our very first step starts with us. So if your answer was no, what needs to change and what can you do to change it? So I hope that this has been useful for you. These 3 powerful questions will determine for you whether 2019 is going to be an incredibly powerful year or whether 2019 is going to be a replica of 2018. And if you don't want it to be a replica of 2018, the only person that can change it is you. So have a wonderful Tuesday, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.